Stephanie Diaz de Leon.
This is Omar Wahid.
This is Miles Felix.
This is Camille Jackson.
This is Beth Stacy. And it's 365 Amplified.
Robbie Rasher.
Oh, I forgot about you. Robert Erasure.
Do it again.
First of all,
Start over.
it's okay to do white men erasure right now.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We're going to get into something a little heavy first thing this morning, so skip ahead if you'd rather not deal with it. But it was Madison police shot and killed a black man in Madison yesterday on Williamson Street. The police chief acknowledged it was the same neighborhood that we were doing this in 11 years ago. Let's get into it, because the as we covered it yesterday,
Yeah.
the social media bots and Blue Lives Matter people were all over our comments.
They are all over the comments still this morning, and they have a lot to share
They have a lot
and
to say.
and sort of displace blame and accountability right away this morning.
So let's talk about what we know, first of all, then kind of the response last night, what we anticipate the response to be the rest of this week. About 1:3 in the afternoon, police were called because the guy was allegedly, and his name was Corey Ruiz. The allegation was that he was checking parked cars, meaning, seeing which ones were open, anything he could
Pick up or
whatever.
Yeah.
Police made contact with him. He fled on a bicycle, and they lost contact with him and then regained contact with him right at the corner of Williamson and Baldwin Street. And they knocked him off his bike. And the allegation then is that he produced a fixed blade knife. And you can see in video, which I've seen from 3 or 4 different angles, that he was surrounded, was on the ground, was on his knees at first, and then was tasered.
which put him on his back.
Which put him on his back, on his side, and then was shot 3 times. Or I should say 3 shots were fired. The allegation is that he injured an officer with the knife, and that officer was the same one that shot him. That officer was certainly not incapacitated
No.
by whatever injury he had.
No.
People using the word stabbed, that's
It's maybe not the correct language we should be using.
Right.
Because that's not the word that even the police chief used just yet.
exactly. The police chief's description of the event was that they used the less lethal method, the taser, and that didn't work, and that's why they had to shoot him.
And it didn't, well,
But it was 3 seconds between the taser deployment and the shots, and I don't think it's credible to say within those 3 seconds that that the taser didn't work.
yeah.
And I'm not sure that the police chief Patterson had the full scope of the information at that point, or he's just
And also, right, his default is to protect his system, right?
Yeah.
And the people within his system.
I will say
and so he defaulted to the narrative of what those officers were saying and explaining it and gave statement to at that moment.
Right. I will say, to his credit, Madison was at least sympathetic and not overtly defensive.
Which has been his pattern.
Which has been police's pattern.
Yeah, but his pattern from the last one.
Yeah. So that doesn't necessarily mean he's telling the complete truth, though.
Or his understanding of the truth is the only truth that exists either, right?
Right.
Like, again,
Well,
the
that's
viewpoint and lens for which he comes from is from his system's lens point, right? Him as a police chief, him as a previous police officer, and that of his fellow police officers, his peers, and also those that he is in charge of, right? And there is a want to believe them first before believing even any video that might say otherwise. What I think might have been helpful is that he said, this is what was told to me, and we will have more information, and the story might change, and we might get more information as we investigate it. I think there is an opportunity in that, like that he could have said, this is what was shared as from that police account who were there, and we will investigate further, and that might change as we investigate further. We just wanted to make sure that we shared out what we knew right now.
Right,
it's-
and he was very quick to say that, I know there's social media videos, there's cell phone videos circulating on social media. That's only one perspective.
But there was 5 different perspectives. There was 10 different videos. More than one perspective.
Well, but also he has to acknowledge that his perspective is also just one
Yes.
perspective.
And not the only perspective.
Right.
As much as he is saying that, like, hey, those videos are only one perspective, so is his. So is his account,
Yeah.
as so far as it's given by other police officers.
The Department of Criminal Investigation, or Division of Criminal Investigation
Mm-hmm.
at the State Department of Justice will take over the investigation, which means we will get no information.
Yeah. They are one group I know that you've tried to work with before, and any reporter, right?
I'm still waiting on a video, an open records request from 2022
Yeah.
from them.
They do not share information. They don't. They will slow down the process for you all, for your
But also,
requests.
we do have the Office of the Independent Police Monitor, who has proactively opened their own investigation, and they have so far at least been much better about sharing information. So we will see what they come up with. The response yesterday late afternoon into the evening was a couple hundred folks gathered down at the site where it happened, and sort of had their demonstration there. They had some folks speaking, talking, and then the idea was the idea in the speeches was a couple things that came through was, first of all, an activist named John King said we got too many generals, not enough soldiers, which is an interesting and true probably, but also that you have to hit him in the pocketbook.
Yeah.
That was another sort of theme, and the result of that, the sort of spontaneous result, was there's concerts on the square a mile from here. A lot of white people being very comfortable.
Lots of people are sitting and being comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go make them uncomfortable.
Yep.
And the gathering, by the time they got up to the square, it was I would say 500, and about 100 of them took the stage at concerts on the square, and it was uncomfortable. There were the folks, especially on the sponsor tables, like right there in front, were not super happy. Some of them were. Some of them actually stood up in solidarity. Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, which we've covered them quite a bit, and they're over the past 5-6 years, their genuine commitment to equity.
Yeah.
They had a hip hop concert on the square earlier this year, and their director, their CEO, got up and basically they gave the microphone to the protesters, so they were actually able to speak through the official, so they could be heard, and it stood in solidarity, acknowledged that it was a tragedy, and canceled the concert.
Yeah.
And the protesters did something I think pretty clever, and basically invited a moment of silence and said, all of you people sitting there comfortable, you should be joining us, and that we invite you to stand up and come with us. Bless you.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people did. A lot of people stood up, joined in the Black Lives Matter chant, and actually some number, I'm not sure how many, but actually joined the march when they left the square and marched back down to the site of the shooting. So they did kind of incorporate that, and so that was, and then they had sort of a vigil here last night. We anticipate more protests
Throughout the weekend.
throughout the weekend.
Yeah, and tomorrow and today.
So that's where we stand. It's another difficult thing.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? And I think you don't have to see those videos to understand the impact and the harm of what would happen. It is enough to have it described. And so I encourage people, don't watch them if you don't need to. I understand that social media makes them come up for you, right? It all of a sudden pops up even if you're not meaning to. You don't need to see that. We don't need to sit in the pain and horror of what happens to Black and brown people visibly to stand in solidarity for that harm and to want to stop that violence by watching a video. You can just know that it's the wrong thing without having to see that video. And so we haven't published it. And I know other news organizations have. We are not going to. And that's a choice. If we do, it will be as part of a larger news kind of situation. And even then, I'm not sure that we will be comfortable doing it. There has to be more to it than just putting it out there just because it's available to us. There has to be a reason for us to put it out there. And right now, there is not a reason for us to put that out there. It exists. It's enough for the description. We know what happened. There was plenty of witnesses without a phone, right, that could describe what happened as well.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the day
Yeah.
on a busy street.
On a summer afternoon.
Yeah.
With people and kids and families and people going about their work and all kinds of people just out and about who saw that and who are traumatized by that. And we don't need to traumatize ourselves to stand in solidarity and do good work and put ourselves in a position where we ourselves are triggered too. It is enough to hear what is happening to be triggered. And there is opportunity to have your voice heard, right? There today, at 5:00 on Thursday, the city council is holding listening sessions for folks to share their concerns, their pain, their hurt to council members. I think Sabrina Madison is hosting that, if I'm correct.
Yep. That will have happened already by the time we listen to this, and we'll have
A recap of that as well. But there will be other opportunities at that. It won't just be one, and there will be protests throughout the weekend. It is. You could find it all on social media if you feel compelled to, stand in peace with people and again, protest the violence and the harm and the killing of this man. Please do so. Absolutely. And also take care of yourselves, right? There has to be both. Like, care is resistance. You also have to, at some point when you can, breathe and rest so that you can continue the fight in all the ways that you can, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll continue to cover that, and it'll be a topic of conversation for a long time, I'm sure. One other thing I want to mention briefly, moving to La Crosse, Wisconsin. It's a story that I've been kind of working on for probably a month, and I'm just now getting enough information to actually publish something and to get you all up to speed. In mid-May, a 27-year-old woman named Terriana Thompson, who was a mother of a 1-year-old and a TikToker, and on what her family describes as a health journey. Part of her health journey was bicycling around La Crosse, and she posted a TikTok video saying, "If you see me, I'm going to be biking around La Crosse. If you see me, honk at me," to give me motivation. She was crossing the street, and an older guy driving a truck blew through a stop sign and struck her, and she underwent many surgeries and died about 2 weeks later. There's Ring camera video, many witnesses, all the police reports and everything say it's clear he did not even pause at the stop sign.
Yeah, he just blew through it.
And I've seen the video. Again, don't watch that video. And the district attorney has not yet charged him with anything. And that's the family is very frustrated about that, understandably.
But he did get a ticket.
Well, he got a ticket initially,
and that was it.
And now, but that ticket even has been canceled now as they're weighing other options. The DA up there, Tim Granke, told me that he was waiting for more information.
You would think the video would be enough information, though.
There
was a video that seemed to show that there was no, stopping or pausing at that. There wasn't even a California roll there. Literally just ignored the stop sign.
Ignored it completely.
And it was a visible stop sign. It wasn't like a hidden one or, a short one. It was there for him to see, and he chose to,
Right, and that's
ignore it.
The information that we're waiting for was, a forensic examination of the truck to make sure the brakes were working, and that he could have stopped if he wanted to, and the sort of the sight lines and all that stuff, and trying to determine, was this negligent homicide or was this just a tragic accident? And
An accident supposes, though, like that's not an accident.
Right.
What do you mean they're just trying to decide? They have video.
they still, but the DA couldn't decide if it was an accident, and he still can't. So he has impaneled a homicide inquest, which I didn't even think was a thing in Wisconsin. Wisconsin, we don't really do grand juries,
Yeah.
right? To get indictments, we just our district attorneys are just empowered to file charges as necessary. But this is similar to a grand jury. It's going to be a 6-person panel, and it's going to be advisory. So they're going to basically.
So they're not even like indicting.
No, the DA is going to present the evidence that they have, and then take the advice of this panel about what he should charge. And he's basically told me, like, I just want to get some people who aren't lawyers, who are kind of like out of, to see, like, would you get a conviction if you brought this charge? And then he can take that advice or not. And if they say no, we don't think you should charge on this, but if you had this other piece of information, maybe we would. So he could actually help. It could actually help him shape the prosecution of the case if he chooses to bring one. Still doesn't answer the question why he can't just bring the charges.
Why wouldn't you just file charges because of the video?
I don't think you're supposed to focus group
Yeah.
what.
Charges whatsoever.
You're
That's actually a nice
supposed to
way.
do.
Focus group, like a decision making.
It's not a product.
No, whatsoever. It's a real harm that was done here. And also, file charges and see if that man's willing to negotiate and
Plead guilty to something. Yeah.
plead guilty to something. Like his assumption is this man is going to fight it. He might not even fight it. He might be like, "You're right, I was wrong."
Yeah.
And
So
I doubt it, because anybody who does that with a stop sign probably doesn't think they were wrong, right? But like
he said at the scene, he said, "I stopped."
he pretended like he did something. There's video, sir.
Yeah, you did not stop. So
That's a lot of work and taxpayer money to make sure that we do right by a white man, but not the woman of color, the black woman that was killed. So we're showing and making sure we are extending our empathy and care for this white man who broke the law, but not for the black woman who actually died, or her family who is left to try to pick up the pieces and do right by her. So even in the eyes of justice, we pick and choose how and when, and overextend ourselves with a focus group.
I hadn't thought of it as a focus group. But
Yeah, that's a great
that's quite
way of
brilliant.
describing
Brilliant,
it,
thank you.
because that's what it is.
You're welcome.
That's what he's here for.
All right, so the homicide inquest is scheduled for Monday, July 27th. So I will be covering that, and we'll have an update on that next week. And I hope we'll have an update on it next week, because I'm not even sure what the timeline would be after that panel offers its advice.
He's running out the clock, right? Like he's delaying, so at some point,
People lose interest.
yeah, and he doesn't have to do anything about it.
Well, we'll make sure people
Nobody
don't
loses interest.
Lose interest. So we'll continue to follow that.
Why don't we take a pause?
Yeah, we'll take a pause and come back, and we'll round up some other
Stories.
from the week's news.
And we're back, and the information that I had shared about the community listening session that the city was going to hold is now canceled. Like 5 minutes into recording this.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. They said it was to honor the vigil. I think there was more to that than just that, but
So if you're wondering where that story is, that's it. There's no story there.
there's no story because they've decided. And it didn't. There's not news yet whether or not it's going to be rescheduled. If it is, of course, we'll cover that. But
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about some other stuff. Camille, you've been looking into SNAP and Badgercare benefits for people who are not citizens. Tell us about that.
Yes, as part of Trump's big, beautiful bill, he has taken away SNAP for non-citizens as of July 1st. I talked to Jason Mack, Open Doors Refugees executive director, and he says that we really haven't felt the full impact of this, of the effects of
Right, just a few weeks in, yeah.
because it just happened. But he talks about Open Doors for Refugees. They're providing like Woodman's gift cards to try to offset that stuff. But he says that people, like, there's going to be more people at the food pantries and stuff because they need to just offset this lack of federal aid.
You know, is it all non-citizens, or who's really impacted?
So non-citizens, people with green cards they still have their SNAP benefits, but so refugees, I think TPS, I also saw like human trafficking victims as part of this, which I thought was interesting, but
Which
yeah.
could be under TPS, right? Temporary protected
Yeah.
status. That would suck.
Yeah.
Refugees,
yes.
the people sponsored by the state and the federal government to come here and
To be
be
Yes.
here under their protection.
They're taking away the support for them. And they're taking away, on October 1st, they're taking away Medicare and Badgercare. And so, yeah, it's a big mess.
Of harm.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels explicitly designed to make people want to leave.
Yeah. I was talking to Jason, and he was like, all the stuff that they're doing, it's really intentional. It's really about cruelty and showing that the Trump doesn't want people here, the administration doesn't want people here.
And let's be clear, they don't want black and brown people here.
Yes. Yeah. And also on the SNAP thing, he was talking about how in food pantries, lots of people have, cultural diets like halal diets, and food pantries they don't always have the resources to have halal meats, or if you're vegetarian, they might not have non-meat protein, you know what I mean? To really have a healthy diet.
Which is rough. All right, that reporting will be up at madison365.org. Thank you very much for that. Something a little happier, Miles. Tell us about running.
Yeah, so as we established a few episodes ago, I am a runner, and in the running community in Madison, it feels like there is a lack of, as Camille was actually talking about, third spaces for people to congregate, and on top of that, for runners of color to congregate together. So with that goal in mind, along with just a goal that three friends set out to have, Daniel Araya, Josiah Preston, and Isaac Fuentes were talking, and they're all recreational runners, and they decided to create North Star Run Club. First and foremost, to get people together and have a community for people to be consistent and disciplined, run twice a week together, but also to provide a third space for people to come together and socialize, especially in an area in Madison, especially for people of color, especially for kids that go to UW-Madison, that go to a PWI, a predominantly white institution. It's a great place and great time twice a week to be able to talk to people, meet up, and go socialize before and after the run. Their goal now, as they've basically helped expand it across the summer, they have a merchandise line. They're going to different parts of Madison and Milwaukee to also get their run club popularized. They're hoping that it starts to catch a little bit of momentum as students start coming back to campus. So right now they consistently have 10 to 15 people on their weekly runs, but they're hoping to expand that as people come back to campus and continue to start the movement. Yeah.
How serious are these guys?
So, as I said, it's three friends, and what works out nice for them is what they're committed to doing is, people kind of already fall into a pace group just because of the nature of different skill groups. Daniel kind of coined it. We have people here who are training for marathons, and we have people here who are running their first miles ever. So that ends up seeming like it'd be a difficult thing, but they're committed to making sure everybody feels included. So they said they have usually what it feels like one person of the three of them leading a different pace group, and then after they all warm up, they kind of just go into that way. You might have people that are doing a little bit more of a walk, or just they're not running that day; they're just walking, and they'll have a group for that. They'll have a group of people in the middle, and they have a group of people that are probably pushing the pace. So it's built honestly pretty great for it to expand as that, understanding is already there. But they said their biggest next goal is to create some form of structure for them having social events before and after their runs.
Which would, it would be cool if you're not just there to torture yourself.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And if you're interested, during the summer right now, they run at Sundays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. at 1 Nolan Drive, Monona Terrace.
Fantastic. Thank you, Miles. And again, that will be at madison365.org. Beth, you got another event coming up. Tell us about Juju's block party.
Yeah, so I got to talk to Julian Walters, and this is his 6th year putting on the block party for the South Side State of Mind. I don't know if it's called this every year, but I like that. That's the term this year.
I don't think I've heard that before.
It's like, I think that's their slogan for this year.
Awesome.
So it seems like it's going to be a really good time. It's 3 days long. Friday seems to be more of like a adult centered. Like it says R&B in the park. It says 25 plus on the poster. So I think that's like for the older crew there. And then the real kickoff in the block party is sorry.
Too.
Okay, not older, but adult aged.
Half the table here just got like,
Sorry.
wait a minute.
I'm not that far off. I'm 23, so
Girl, you so young, it's not even funny. If I could be your mother, like you young.
this feels good because usually I'm surrounded by people like Miles who call me Unc
I've been calling her Unc
for like 2 years
for a
now.
long time, ever since we became friends, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
How old are all of you? What?
Damn it. Because Omar's, everybody hear how Omar's voice got a little bit higher? He's a little concerned. He's like, wait, how old are you? What age is?
I'm 23.
Okay.
I turned 20 in May, at the end of May. Yeah.
I'm 19.
The babies are here, Rob. The babies.
I used to be the youngest person at this newspaper.
And how old are you, Omar?
29, 30 this year.
We have kids older than the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how old Rob is.
Yeah. That's what I am.
I'm also old too, but I'm all right with it. I look good for my age. That's why.
Well, Saturday of Juju's block party.
Way to carry that through.
The point is, the three of us are welcome on Friday night.
On Friday.
The three of you are not.
Yes, and we can join on Saturday for the block party and the street ball tournament. And then there's an official after party from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., which I hope I can go to because that sounds awesome. But the street ball tournament, Julian is really excited because this year they're going to have like a women's elite.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
And he said like that's going to be really awesome. Like young girls get to see like
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome sports in Madison and like I don't know like with like the
Athletes just.
there's just a lot of
growing
like
up, yeah.
yeah I think that's
Amazing.
really awesome.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's going to be music and food and he said it's mostly other than the street ball tournament it's mostly just people milling around having a good time. There's also educational tents about like banking and health and they're sponsored I believe by SSM Health and a couple other places as well. So and he says it's not about learning the information. It's just getting the information and then having a good time and you can see the information later. He's like, you're not going to have a test or anything. And yeah, he's just like really excited to make his own corner of like regardless of like everything that's happening right now in his own little corner of like, this can make life a little bit easier, a little bit happier just for the day. And then Sunday there's a rooftop brunch and day party too. So it sounds really awesome.
Getting bigger, yeah.
I know, yeah, 3 days long.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm glad that we have our own day.
It's in Penn Park, if that's what you were
I
going
was
to
just
ask
gonna
me.
ask, right?
It's like, what, when, where?
Yeah. All right. And the dates again?
August 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Perfect. So just a few weeks away.
So each like generation gets their own day.
Yeah, it seems like that,
I
yeah.
will unfortunately be out of town as always because that is the weekend of my mom's birthday.
And you better show up for your mom.
Happy birthday, Omar's mom.
Yeah.
No,
Well-
she's had enough of them.
She don't need no more.
All right. Omar, we're going to turn to you now. You went down to Stoughton,
And not just the road.
which is a city, not just a road.
The city is named after the road. which is
That's what we decided in this group.
it's a fact I'm going to be making up and spreading to everyone. That is my misinformation. But
All right, Fox News.
flock cameras. Have you heard of them? Who hasn't? Who hasn't been mad about being surveilled 24/7? But the residents of Stoughton are fed up. They're pushing to remove the flock cameras in the area. There's 4 or 5 of them. There's, I think, 4 license plate readers and 1 live camera that's just going 24/7. The live camera is pointed at the area with the highest concentration of people of color in Stoughton, because there are some of those in Stoughton, apparently. I was surprised. And also at the high school. So children are also being actively recorded by this one very
That's
specific
so problematic.
flock camera.
So many roads.
So that's one of the issues. But being surveilled 24/7 is never fun for anyone, and the residents are especially mad about the process, about how the flock cameras came about to be. In 2018, because apparently it's went that far back, a single budget line item for a capital improvement grant that was not voted on was used for $25,000 to enter a contract with Flock
Ooh, wait a minute.
those.
They used capital project
grants,
grants to
capital
just
improvement.
capital improvement grants,
Yes.
which is meant to like improve existing streets,
Yes.
buildings, stoplights, not to add things, just to improve the existing like
Yeah.
things.
They added that as a single line budget item for
Oh my goodness, you messy
Flock
people.
security camera. Let's get those. Which those things aren't particularly voted on, and the people are usually made aware of those very much later.
Yeah, after the fact.
So they also found that out. They're very mad about that. So they're pushing for this to be all shut down. And the city of Stoughton, named after the road,
He's used this multiple times before. Whenever we talk about Stoughton, this is not a new joke. If you wonder why we're not laughing that hard, although it is funny.
I think it's funny every time, Omar.
it's called. Thank you.
If you laugh every time, he will keep saying it.
I'm gonna say it every time, regardless if anyone laughs, because it's a motif and I'm a performer.
Always and only.
We should say that flock cameras have been removed from several local jurisdictions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Starting the Luke Diaz, the mayor in Verona, actually tried to get them removed, and the company wouldn't take them back. So
They put bags over
he
them.
just put bags over them.
Yeah.
And their city council voted to end that contract. The UW Police Department is canceling the contract. Dane County. I don't
But understand. So UWPD is canceling a contract, but are finding a different vendor.
Yes.
So keep in mind that some folks may be canceling contracts with specifically Flock because they think the issue is with Flock.
They think the issue is the brand,
Yeah.
not the constant surveilling. Which brings me to the next point. I forgot the next point.
Okay. Constant surveillance.
Constant surveillance and the process and that it's about. And like Rob said, all the other surrounding areas have been entering their contract, which is the only reason why the city council has been willing to actually discuss this. And they said, well, this is what Dane County did. This is what Madison did. This is what UW-Madison Police did. This is what Verona did. This is what Fitchburg did. So we'll do it. So that's the only basis about really why they're willing to entertain this. They're also saying, well, we still have to pay the money regardless. It's a 2-year contract. It's $12,500, which was part of a grant. So it is.
That she was supposed to improve existing capital,
Right.
Yes.
things in the city.
So you last night, Wednesday night, was it a city council meeting, or was it just like a list?
It was a public safety meeting where
Okay.
they're going to give a recommendation
Okay.
for their stance for the city council to vote on ending the contract.
So, and what did they come to a recommendation?
They unanimously, after pressure from a whole lot of Stoughton residents, to say we will recommend ending the flock contract, and the day after we will put bags over absolutely every single camera.
Wow.
If it is voted in favor to end the contract.
Folks, show up at meetings like that.
Yeah, that's why you show up.
You can persuade government officials to do what you want.
And also, don't let them just change the vendor. Like, there's more to this.
That's also what they said.
Like-
They said, we don't want new cameras from
New
a
versions
different
of the same
company.
thing, yeah.
We don't want to be surveilled 24/7 past the normal infrastructure, traffic light cams. People have Ring doorbells, which I think is a problem in itself.
Yeah.
But
But Omar, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to hide.
That's weird. Y'all with that argument, that's just weird.
I'm always
Knock it
doing
off.
something wrong, and I have so many things to hide.
Because of the color of my skin, I will always be perceived
Exactly.
as I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
So I'm generally kind of shady sometimes. So
But the stupidness of that argument is, you don't have to be doing anything wrong to be targeted as
A
doing
problem.
something that the government doesn't want you to do. Like in a certain sense, the government decides what is "quote unquote" wrong, and you could be going about your day and be targeted as something wrong with you.
or you could be the highest concentration for people of color in
Right.
Stoughton and have one of the cameras just aimed at you 24/7
At your
just
kids,
because you're not white.
in your neighborhood, in your daily life. No.
There will be another meeting about this on Tuesday, which I will plan to be at to see how that's going.
And that'll be the full city council in Stoughton. Perfect. All right, Omar, everybody, thank you so much for all your reporting this week. All right, now we had planned to do a sort of live recording of an interview with Keisha Harrison at the grand opening of the Madison Public Market. That was going to be our interview segment for this week's podcast. However, given everything that's happened this week, the public market has decided to postpone that grand opening. They didn't put a date on it. I suspect it'll be next week, but we will see. And the folks there have very graciously set up a whole media thing for us and for some other media folks in town, which is very exciting and very nice of them. So we will make the most of that in a future episode, hopefully next week. Maybe not, but I think there's plenty of stuff in this podcast already. So we will just take a short pause. We'll be right back with our roundtable question for the week. All right, we're back. One other news item before we get to our question of the week is the Democratic primary for governor, as we know, has been through some things in the past couple of weeks. David Crowley dropping out, Sarah Rodriguez campaign imploding, David Crowley jumping back in. Joel Brennan now, who has never polled more than like 3%, is out with an ad and announcing a big 6-figure ad buy. And the ad is about electability, which we know is a dog whistle, but he's just blowing on that whistle because what he did was he put a picture of Francesca Hong and said she's a proud socialist. Then a picture of Mandela Barnes and said he's lost statewide before, and then put a picture of David Crowley who said and saying a couple weeks ago he dropped out of the race.
Yeah.
Therefore, you should vote for me because they'll all lose to Republicans in November, but I will win in November. Doesn't explicitly say I will win because I'm a white man, but that's definitely the implication.
That's the implication.
Here's why we know that's the implication, because the other candidate that he didn't say was unelectable was the only other white candidate in the race, Calder Royce.
She is nowhere in that ad.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nowhere at all. He made sure to call out the 3 people of color.
Right. And some radio, when I asked the Brennan campaign about this, they gave me a quote from a radio DJ.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know why.
What's a radio DJ has to do with this?
But the radio DJ was basically saying, like,
Is that his campaign manager?
It's not racist to criticize a black person. Just if your criticism is valid, that's not the point.
Well, it's not racist if you're criticizing every candidate that you're running against,
Right.
and some of them happen to be black and brown, right?
Right.
It is racist when you only criticize them and leave the white person out of it.
Yeah, that's the issue. And they in their explanation,
Dear God.
their explanation, and
You used a DJ to justify that? Yes.
well, their
Oy.
justification to me in an email was that those three are the front runners, and Kelda has never polled.
So
very
now
well.
now we're reaching. Now we're going to play this game
Right.
of like
So
whatever
we
other
don't-
excuse.
We don't have to go after Kelda.
Did he
'cause
call David Crowley the front runner?
He called them all three
Good.
front runners.
Good for David Crowley.
Good for all.
Yeah. But the thing is that Kelda's always polled really low, so we didn't even have to go after her. But
You can play this game all you want.
but
sir.
also Kelda has consistently pulled ahead of Joel Brennan.
Yeah. How do you not include her?
Like Joel Brennan has been 5th out of 5 for this entire race. The most recent Marquette Law School poll does put him at 2% and her at 1%. So he's just really
Whatever the
pulled
excuse
way
that
ahead
he wants
of
to
Kelda
use,
Royce.
that's a problematic ad, and he should have pulled it and not used a DJ to help justify it.
Right.
A DJ, come on.
And just to put a button on this, the Marquette Law School poll and an internal Mandela Barnes poll and an internal David Crowley poll all put Francesca Hong ahead by quite a bit, by between 10 and 20 percentage points. With still like 40-something% undecided. I think Brennan and Crowley both feel like they can get the majority of the undecideds. That's the only thing, the only play they have at this point.
Remember what Francesca Hong has been saying, because she's fed up with the question about who's electable. The person with the most votes is electable.
That's just math.
Yeah. Oh, but speaking of that, but Joel Brennan also said in May.
There's more. Look at Rob.
This ad comes after he
Rob is going after that white man. That's,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, this is my lane, everybody.
Yeah, I'm calling you in, Joel Brennan. But he said in May in a podcast, there was some more context to this, but basically the quote was, I don't think we're there yet in terms of Wisconsin being able to actually elect a black or brown person.
So if we can't do that, vote for me? Was that like his
Yes.
slogan?
Yeah, because if we put up a black or brown person, they won't beat Tom Tiffany. I, as a tall, handsome white man, will.
Don't call. Why are you calling him handsome? Why are you adding?
Handsome.
Why are you adding adjectives that are unnecessary?
I'm-
It's because he has hair, Rob. That does
That's
not make somebody
yeah.
handsome.
That's a dog whistle.
All right, very good. All right, so that's that. What's our question for the week, Steph?
It's really simple. I thought we would, just end up with something positive. And so, what is one bright light, positive thing, vibe that you've experienced this week?
I have a really good one.
Oh, go.
I went to the Olbrich After Hours. I went to their
Oh,
College
I've
Fest.
always wanted to go to
Yes.
that. I've never go.
It was insane.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
awesome.
I'll get there when the music's going to start. No, you needed to get there 2 hours before then, have your food, and be sat down. Otherwise, you're not getting a spot. It was so fun. There was like
awesome.
kids dancing. There's this guy with like a hula hoop who was doing some crazy tricks. It's so awesome. But yeah. And it was really cool to because I talked to Obi and I talked to Firm Pudding Farms. And so it was really cool to see
cool.
what they put
Yeah,
together
yeah.
and how they were able to pull it off. And it was a really good
Yeah,
Really
we've covered Alex Booker as the
Yeah.
from
And Charisse.
Yeah.
Charisse, excuse me.
they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
It's
Ben.
awesome.
Miles, what do you got?
So during the school year, I'm a photographer and videographer for Wisconsin Athletics, and I've noticed at every single game that I attend, there's a certain Bucky, and if you're familiar with with the mascot, obviously they have a lot of personality, right? They're very playful usually, and they're very emotive. But there's always one that usually ruffles my hair or tries to tackle me or tries to take the camera out of my hands, and I've always wondered,
Bucky is chaotic.
I know, because there's different there's multiple of them, right? So I was just like, I think this is the same person. I don't think this is, I don't think this is
Multiple Buckies.
multiple buckets.
Yeah.
Right. So yesterday I was doing a little bit of work at the union, and I came across a friend who I cannot name because I have to keep their,
Yeah, anonymity.
keep them anonymous.
Yeah.
Talk for a brief couple of seconds, and then I turn around, and I think the conversation's over. He says, "Hold on a second." I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" He's like, "Did you know?" It's been me the entire time. He's like, I had to tell you. He was like, it's been about a year going on now. I just feel a little bit bad, but he's like, now that you probably know, I'll probably lean into it a little bit more.
He only told you to be meaner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bucky unmasked.
Yeah, and talk to him. I mean, there's a few little nuggets here that I thought were pretty interesting. There's around 8 to 10 of them. They get preference on what they want to do and show up. He said it's very, very actually low stakes for how big of a deal it is. He's like, it's pretty like when you got time, you can do it. He also said I think he's got the first 2 home football games of the year. So I mean,
nice.
take a look for him if there's a particularly rambunctious moment or anything like that. That'll be him.
That's
That'll
a
be
friend of
Yeah.
Miles.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that led my week. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, I like how he says, like, did you know it was me? What is this, the Godfather? What's going on?
I was like,
That's great. Camille?
Oh, I forgot to mention for my refugee story that since 2025, the only refugees that have been allowed into the country are white. South African Afrikaners. But anyway,
Yep.
my, what is it? The best thing you've,
Something positive from this week. The bright light from this week.
I liked looking at the comments for my teen story, and I thought they were really funny of who
There's
read
more.
the article and who didn't read the article.
Yeah.
You can tell, can't you?
Yeah.
That, I will say that article that you talked about last week on the podcast got a lot of traction. It really struck a nerve with folks, both people who are saying yes,
Yeah.
we need somewhere for the teens to go, and other people saying, well, the teens should just behave themselves.
Yeah. There's some debate going on in there, and it's continuing on. So by all means, continue that debate if y'all want to.
Yeah, and
And also find a solution for teens. Like,
but the comments are you can tell who read it and who
Yeah.
didn't.
Funny.
Yeah.
be messy.
Oh, that's great, Omar.
I have finally figured out the recipe for the best mole burritos that I've ever had. La Santa Cima and Phoenix.
Sure.
It's fantastic. I always think about them, and I've been trying to make them for a while. I figured it out. I got it. It's great. It's wonderful.
You're like, I'm proud of
I'm
me.
so happy. I am proud of me.
There you go.
I've tried it a dozen different times. It's always been slightly off, but I got it this time,
Awesome.
and it's wonderful.
Oh, someone's proud of you.
Fantastic. My highlight for the week actually bridges back to last week, Wednesday last week, for Madison beat Richmond Kickers.
How did we not guess it was going to be like a sports ball?
It's some sort of soccer
Yeah.
reference. In the Henny Derby, 4-0 on a very hot night.
Here comes Miles.
Miles like moving the microphone. But that was great. And the guy who scored the first 2 goals was a guy named Kerfala Touré, who's in his first professional year, and I got to interview him for the 608 Soccer podcast. And that interview is actually the highlight of the week because he is so fun. He's he was in the senior year at Florida Atlantic, didn't have a agent even, like wasn't even really thinking about playing professionally. He was on Christmas break, ready to go back for the spring semester and finish up his schooling. And Matt Cairns from Fort Madison called his coach and then called him and said, we want you to play professionally for us. So he's like, oh, I better get an agent, I guess. And some of the teams were interested in to see him as a 25-year-old kid just come and in his first professional contract, and the way he's grown into the game. He's started out as a come on in the 87th minute kind of guy, and now he's starting, and he scored 3 goals for the club, including 2 the other night, and is just fantastic defensively. He's actually a hockey player. He's from Quebec, from Montreal. So he was a hockey player growing up. His brother plays professional hockey. And that was just a fantastic interview. Just really fun to talk to him for half an hour. So I would go give it a listen on the 608 Soccer feed. Steph, what was the highlight of your week?
Oh, I'm sorry. I moved on. I was
When
captured.
you start talking soccer, it
Zone
blanks
out.
Checks out.
About soccer, yes, I absolutely do. Because you never just say like, "Hey, it was a good game." There's always like other
Hey,
very long
when,
conversations.
when you tune out, I tuned in, so it's okay. Yeah,
Like kiss ass. Look at that go.
yeah. I heard. Yeah.
Actually, so I think it's so small and nothing, but like I work on campus, of course, as some folks know, and I have a lot of buildings that I have to go to. So this weather this week has been so much easier for me than like
I imagine.
Yeah. So good. Love this weather. And also, like, I do enjoy going outdoors and stuff like that. I don't get to, so I'm not a runner, but I run. And I run because I'm going to beat it one day. And I don't know what that means. But one day I'm going to beat it. I don't like it.
Everyone who runs is a runner.
No, they're not.
Yes.
I know people
Yes.
have that whole, like,
Yes.
you're a runner. No, I'm going to beat it. I run because I'm petty as heck. And whatever it is, it makes me mad. So I run. And it fuels me. So I go out like really early in the morning. That's when my outdoor time. But when I walk between buildings, like it has been hot. It's like 93, 94 degrees. I can't imagine people who are working outside all the whole day. So it's just been lovely weather. I've been enjoying it more and then noticing like the outdoors more and enjoying that outside part. So go ahead.
Fantastic.
I think I saw you walking behind me at the Union.
Oh, why do you say hi? You can say hi. I work in
didn't
the
know for
union.
sure.
That's
He was
my office.
embarrassed.
Well,
He was worried that I wouldn't say hi.
do you know what the situation was? So
Which one?
So it was one of those situations where I thought I saw you.
Uh-huh.
However, I was walking, I was ahead of you, and it was too far of a distance for me to hold the door and confirm if it was you or not. So I just walked inside.
Like, no, I don't remember when I saw. Like, I don't pay attention. I'm in my own little world too. So, like, if I don't see you, it's not because I, don't mean to say hi to. But everyone is always welcome to say hi to me. But yeah, I work. I mean, that's my office building.
Okay.
You can always say hi.
So it was you. Yes.
Yeah, you can always say hi.
You can stop in during office hours.
My office hours are chaotic too. It's just because.
Does that mean you can get us pictures at the Union, or is that like
at 11 o'clock?
Throwback to
Wait,
when
not
Miles
for
said
oh,
he was 20.
Yeah, like
Just
only if
turned
you're of
20.
age, though.
I see.
Yeah. If you're of age, what do you mean? I ain't breaking
Correct.
rules for
Omar and I will go hit up.
Steph, why are you winking?
Well, I'm not. One, here's my rule: you underage, you figure it out the way I had to. Like I ain't helping you go through that. You gotta learn.
Go to the sketchy gas station in one of the neighborhoods and bring your oldest looking friend.
I like how Omar's sharing.
All right. I have methods, Omar. Don't.
40s of
Wait,
olding.
Omar, were you the oldest looking friend?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, folks. Have a great weekend. We'll talk again soon.
Rob is done with us. Look at that.
365 Amplified is produced and edited by me, Rob Chappell, and is a production of 365 Media Foundation, a nonprofit, local, independent media organization in Madison, Wisconsin. Wherever you're listening to this right now, hit the subscribe or follow button to get new episodes every Friday. And between episodes, get your latest news at madison365.org and follow us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Threads. Wherever you get your news, we'll be there.